All right, everybody, we're carrying on with our list, our guideline, our loose guideline, our arbitrary guideline of items that you may want to hoard for a crisis. Items which may be very valuable in quantity, in volume. Um, and really its intended purpose, as we've discussed many times, but I'll reiterate it here for those of you who haven't seen all of the preceding videos, is just to be a guideline to stimulate your thinking. By no means is this the definitive list of the right things to prepare. Heirloom seeds we're going to have to eat. And as many of you will know, Monsanto seeds and DeKalb seed and so on, commercial seed, doesn't reproduce true to type. It is meant to be used only once. That is why farmers have to go back every year and buy new seed to plant the next year or season's crops. They can't use seed saved from the previous season. Meaning that we are going to have a food crisis. They can be all of the irrigated lands that you can imagine on the Orange River, all of the food in the world. It's not going to last forever. We are going to need to plant our own food and to plant more out of the seeds of those crops. So heirloom seeds, unadulterated, un-GMO, heirloom, what they call heirloom seeds that breed true to type. I want to give you a recommendation. You can look this up very easily yourself. There's a guy called Mark Roach, a similar surname to mine, but not the same, who is the guy that we've been dealing with for some time at the HQ, buying from him occasionally. He owns a company called Organic Seeds. You may look up your own people and find people that you prefer, whose prices you prefer, whose reputation appeals more to you. But certainly if we could give you a recommendation, we deal with somebody who we think is the best in South Africa at this kind of thing. And his name is Mark Roach, organicseeds.co.za, or organic seed, singular, not plural, .co.za. I don't remember which. Look it up. You'll find it easily. Go to the left-hand side of his website, scroll right to the bottom, and there's a little tab for family products or something like that. And he has the 1,000 Rand pack, 800 and something Rand pack, which was designed specifically for Satelanders circumstances, for the area to which we're going, and with fruit that does the best there and produces the most. Item number 6 on the list that we have prepared to assist those people who are anxious for some guidance in their preparations, Satelanders, is an item that might surprise you. It's batteries of various types, including electronic as opposed to electrical, those small flat batteries. And the reason we've included this so high up on the list is because Jaco, this kind of prepper guru dude who has been through civil war, makes the point in one of his courses that batteries all of a sudden just become in huge demand. So although you may not need millions of batteries, batteries become very valuable for trade. Very, very valuable. This from the mouth of a man who has been through civil war. What do I know? But he speaks of the importance of batteries as one of the most important things. Now I'm going to touch on item number 7 because I've got a little bit of time left in this short video, and because it's closely related to item number 6. Torches, many because they don't last, and obviously lanterns and candles. Torches, lanterns and candles. The batteries that we spoke about obviously have many different applications, not just for torches. But I think, we can understand why we might classify batteries and torches and lanterns and candles together. And one thing that Kuni Maria pointed out to me when we did this video previously is wicks. It doesn't help that you bring 10 lanterns and only 1 wick for each of them. By the end of 6 weeks or 3 months, you may have no wicks left at all. And then you'll be making wicks out of rags. Anyway. Okie dokie. What is item number 8 on our list of items to hoard for a crisis? Salt, particularly in certain regions. Salt is unlikely to be an item of which we will be short in the time that lies ahead. However, salt is such a vital nutrient. It is so essential to the human body. And the human body craves it so much that salt was used to pay Roman soldiers' salaries. In fact, that's where we get the word salary from. It ultimately comes from the Roman word for salt. The Roman soldiers would get paid in salt, and then they would go and exchange it for whatever else, among the people around them. And that gives you a sense of perspective on why, even though we don't expect that in the majority of the area that we will occupy there will be anything resembling a shortage of salt, it's worthy of mention. You never know. You just might be in that place that doesn't have much salt. So, again, it seems to be worthy of mention. Item number 9 is oil. Now, I'm sure that many of you are better nutritionists than I am, and many of you might have your own opinion on where an item like oil should be in this list. However, I would point out to you that oil is not going to be readily available, and oil plays a massive role in the modern human diet. And one of the greatest difficulties that we're going to have in the time that lies ahead of us is adapting to eating differently. We are going to crave sugar. We are going to crave, because you do, monosodium glutamate and tartrazine and coloring and junk food and so on. Meaning that if, certainly in the early period, when there is not an abundance of capacity to produce refined goods, such as cooking oil, those people who have a relative abundance of cooking oil will be able to cook in a way to which they're accustomed. They will make the transition far more comfortable for themselves. They will also be able to trade, because people will be craving oil, fat, let us call it, the fat that is suddenly missing from their diets. So it's something that you will be able to use, you'll be glad that you have it, and you will be able to trade it. I think we don't need to say much more about oil.